So if you want to take out that gun and badge, I'm happy to scrap with you one day. You want to do it, let's do it. Let me know, buddy.
That is not a crime, and you're telling me to get out of my vehicle.
Broken arm! Broken arm! Broken arm!
If you didn't know, I went to the police academy and they kicked me out.
That's my purse! I don't know you!
Spit me on my face right now! She spit in my face!
Today's video takes us to Wauwatosa, Wisconsin, where we find a frauditor that goes by the name of Good Citizen, but he's anything but a good citizen, as he believes the First Amendment gives him the absolute right to put his potato can wherever he sees fit. I don't know where these idiots come from, but there's a never-ending stream of them. Enjoy!
Wauwatosa or something like that, I think is how it's pronounced. So yeah, guys, we're in Wauwatosa Post. We're at the Wauwatosa Post Office here in Wauwatosa, Wisconsin. Saturday is 9 to 3. It's currently 10:30. Oh, thank God it's warm in here.
This is the moron behind the camera who can't seem to pronounce the city name of Wauwatosa. Well, there's a lot of things he can't do, one of them being find a real job. I just wonder what his wife and child do, because he's not making any money on YouTube. I'm going to show you his Social Blade stats later on in the video, but he's definitely not making any money on YouTube. So he must have a good job for his wife, or possibly they're getting disability. Not knocking anyone on disability, but I don't see where his money comes from. But let's carry on and find out what happens at the post office.
5 minutes later.
You're just a YouTuber, huh?
Yep, I go around filming public places and public employees and of course their duties. I think I got 40. Hold on, I'm trying to count here. It is so cold outside right now.
He's a YouTuber.
Yeah, you can't film in the post office, unfortunately.
Oh, I can.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
It's against federal regulations. You cannot film
really?
inside the
Because
post office.
there's a sign that I just filmed right there that says I can.
Where? Show me.
Okay.
So now we're going to get into the great Poster 7 debate. Well, the DHS directive supersedes Poster 7, and if you really read the DHS directive, which is pictured here, you will see commercial photography and videotaping must have permission of the agency official in charge, no doubt.
It's right here. Hold on a second. Right there, it's the rules and regulations regarding conduct on postal property.
Which one?
Photographs for news and advertising purposes.
Are you news?
Yes.
Can I see your credentials?
There's no credentialing service, sir. I'm a YouTuber. I have 67,000 subs.
Whoa! Wait a minute, Junior. 67,000 subscribers? Not according to the stats page on Social Blade. It says you have 7,500 subscribers. You've gained 630 in the last 30 days. Ooh, I even had to go over and check your YouTube page to verify that. Roughly the same number over there. And look how many views each video gets. Next to nothing. Oh, speaking of nothing, your Social Blade account is zeroed out, which means right now you're not making any money. What happened, sweetheart? Did your channel get demonetized? You can tell us. We won't make fun of you. Go ahead and tell us.
That doesn't mean anything to me.
Well, that means
What's the matter anyway? It's federal regulation. You can't photograph or videotape on federal property. Now, you can take a picture of your
You mean to tell me
package.
that I can't walk into the courthouse and film the courthouse?
This property, postal regulation.
That's federal property, then.
Correct. Federal property is federal property regulation.
yeah.
So,
Well, it says right here, not this one, public assembly, but this one. It says photographs for news purposes may be taken in entrances, lobbies, foyers, corridors, or auditoriums when used for public meetings, except where prohibited by official signs or security first personnel.
yeah, for official meetings.
No,
That's
there's
what
an
it says.
or right there.
Or auditorium when used.
Or
for public
auditoriums.
meetings. Oh, yes.
I find it amusing that these frauditors pick out the parts they want to read and the parts they don't want to read. How about if you read that part where it says disturbances? Because I think you're creating a disturbance right now. Not to mention, you should go look for a job. You have a wife and child at home. You need to find a real job, sonny boy. A real job.
But it says when used for public
Yeah,
meetings.
okay, you're looking at the auditorium.
Except
Okay, look, I'm buying a stamp.
purposes may be taken in entrances, lobbies, foyers, corridors, or auditoriums
Okay.
when used for public meetings. It's not a public meeting,
No.
except where prohibited by official signs of security force personnel. So it's saying you can photograph if it's used for a public meeting. It's not a public meeting.
This is not a public meeting, no, but it's a public lobby.
Doesn't matter.
I can take video and pictures.
You
too.
can show that right now, and I'm telling you, you're in violation. That
Okay, are
tells
you the
if it's
postmaster?
a public meeting. I am currently the one in charge of this station.
Okay, what's your name?
So let's recap. This is the man in charge, and he's asked the frauditor to leave. If the frauditor does not leave, then he will be trespassed. Oh, and by the way, you can absolutely, positively be trespassed from a public building like the post office. And no, it doesn't require federal police to do that. But let's watch and see how he maneuvers around this, because the video is almost 40 minutes long. Of course, we're not going to watch that much of it. Let's carry on.
So I know what to complain on.
Jeremy.
Jeremy Gruhl. Okay.
So, but our regulation shows
Okay.
that if it's for a public meeting, yes, you can.
No, it does not say.
I just read it off to you.
It says.
Read it again.
Okay. Photographs for news purposes may be taken in entrances, lobbies, foyers, corridors, or.
Yes.
There's an or there.
Finish
There's a
the
comma
sentence.
and an or.
Finish the sentence.
Auditoriums
When
used for public meetings.
Exactly.
But that's for the auditoriums, not for
No,
the
that's for
corridor.
the entire
Why would they
one
have a
sentence.
meeting in the
It's
lobby?
One sentence, sir.
That's
It's
ridiculous.
one sentence.
As much as I would like to play the rest of this confrontation between this idiot and the postmaster, I'm afraid I'm going to have to fast forward through his high quality content because it just goes back and forth for a few minutes. Let's get to the point where we have confrontation with the police, because I know that's what you want to see, isn't that right?
Many minutes later.
Call the police.
Answer if it's a public meeting.
It's not a
Just
public
leave,
meeting.
sir. Leave. I'm done. Just
Yes,
leave.
you're done. You have a good day.
Leave. Are you refusing to leave my property?
I'm not refusing to leave.
Well, you're still standing here.
But
I'm
there's-
asking you to
you're
leave.
having a
Are you
problem
refusing? Are you refusing to leave the property?
I'm not refusing to leave the property.
Then why are you not going when I ask you to gently go out the door?
I'm trying to figure this out with you. No.
What is the problem, sonny boy? You just can't seem to hang on to that potato cam. Perhaps you should buy a wrist strap that the little kids use. Yeah, you see them at Disney World all the time. You got the little wrist strap on so they don't drop their camera and lose it. You're just like a little boy anyway. Yes, indeed.
No, I'm not going to leave right now. No problem. We're trying to figure this out, man.
I asked you nicely to leave the premises
Okay.
and to stop
Are
filming.
you the postmaster?
refuse to do either. I'm currently the one in charge at this station.
Okay, what is that? A supervisor? You
Correct.
can just be a clerk? I don't know.
I'm a supervisor.
Okay.
So I asked you nicely to leave the premises.
Okay.
You are refusing.
There you go.
Much later.
Yeah, it's not illegal. It's actually on the rules and regulations regarding conduct on postal property that I'm allowed to do this, but the one of the supervisors was freaking out. The lady at the front desk, she didn't really have an issue with it. I was doing business, and I just told him, I said, dude, look, it's public property, not breaking the law.
Oh, yes, indeed, officer. This young man is there to buy one stamp, 58 cents worth, which he already did. So that gives him carte blanche to record everything he can see in public at the post office. Not a problem, is it? Well, not until somebody complains about it, which people have. So now it's time to go, sonny boy. But he's going to exercise his First Amendment right. No doubt about that.
It's not public property.
It's federal.
No.
It's public.
It's actually independently owned.
So this is not a federal post office.
This is not a yes and no, but and I'm recording as well. So
That's fine.
But this is independently run from the government, so
Okay.
it's federal. But I mean, your purpose is for what? To just record people?
No, I'm a journalist. I'm gathering content for a story.
Oh, yes, indeed. The old I'm a journalist routine, and I'm gathering content for my lame YouTube channel. Man, I'm telling you, looking at your stats, it's pitiful. Why don't you just give up this nonsense and find a real job? Oh, wait a minute. You're too stupid to get a real job? I understand. Yeah, maybe go back to school and learn a trade. There's no shame in going back to school.
And what is that in regards to?
Well, it was just seeing what the service was like here.
Okay.
And then now it's about this.
It's about what?
What's going on here with this supervisor? I have to file complaints and whatnot. And
Okay. So if I go talk to the supervisor and they want you to leave, you are going to leave. You do know that, right?
I mean, if I'm not breaking the law, I don't see why I should have to.
What business are you here to do, though?
I'm-
Your business is concluded, correct?
No, my journalistic business has not been concluded
Okay,
yet.
but being a journalist, do you have any type of press card on you? Anything that identifies you as journalist?
Okay.
It's laughable to think that these First Amendment frauditors fancy themselves as members of the press. Far from it. They could never get a real job as a member of the press because all they know how to do is harass, provoke, and make people lose their tempers. Well, maybe they'd be a good investigative journalist. Yeah, those are the kind of skills you need to investigate people who are not on the up and up. But for everyday journalism, no way. They'd never make it.
Can I ask you one question? Hold on. I'll answer that in a second.
Absolutely.
Okay. Is there an accreditation service that accredits journalists?
I don't know. I'm just saying a lot of times when people are journalists, they have something that says press, independent.
But that's usually like the bigger media companies.
Right.
Me, I'm just a
Do
small
you have
YouTube
any ID on
channel.
you?
No, I don't.
You don't? What's your name?
I don't feel like giving it unless I've broken a law.
Well, you're causing a disturbance.
I'm not causing a disturbance right now.
Yeah, you are.
No,
That's why they called me.
Oh, he has ID all right, officer. He just doesn't want to show it to you. None of these frauditors want to identify themselves because if they did, then the cat would be out of the bag, so to speak. They want to keep everything hush-hush and keep you guessing because they don't want to give up their Fourth Amendment right. Oh, searches and seizures. I never could understand how identifying yourself would be constituting a search and seizure. I don't get that at all, but let's carry on.
I really don't feel like... me videoing and exercising my
Are you
constitutional
videoing
rights...
right now?
Yes.
Okay.
Me exercising my First Amendment rights is not causing a disturbance.
Well, First Amendment is free speech.
It was actually the gentleman, the supervisor, who was causing the disturbance. I was just exercising.
That's because they work here and they run this place.
Yes, and do you know what the First Amendment entails? Freedom of speech, freedom of press, freedom of religion, freedom of address your government of grievances.
All right.
So
I'm going to go talk with the manager.
Okay, so you're going to kick me out if
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, very good. This jackwagon knows the First Amendment, but he should hook up with Ass Elmo because Ass Elmo knows the First, Second, and Third Amendments. Oh, yeah, he knows the Third Amendment because he looked it up on Google. I imagine what this jackwagon here did the same thing. Looked it up on Google.
10 minutes later.
Can I show you the regulations real quick that says I can do this?
That you can just film everybody
Yes.
that's in here?
For news and advertising and
Okay.
commercial purposes.
This is news. Have you have a signed release from all these people? Is everybody in here? Does anybody want to be filmed?
They don't
for this
need to have a
guy's,
signed release on
this
public
press
property.
thing, whatever he's doing. Does anybody here, with a show of hands, want to be on this guy's video?
I'm not videoing them, I'm videoing you.
But I'm
And
just
the
saying
public
nobody
employees.
wants to be out here. So your first name is?
I'm not giving it to you unless I've broken the law.
Let's go right now.
I do like this cop. We could do with more of his sort. No nonsense cop. Not gonna take any stuff from this punk. Kick him out of the post office. Let's go right now. Well, you know our Frauditor isn't gonna go quietly because the video still has about 30 more minutes to go. Not to worry, we're not gonna watch it all.
You going out?
You want the?
Yeah, I do. Have him go outside.
He's got me by the arm, guys.
I'm just escorting you out of the building here.
Yep, with hands.
Yep.
Yep.
My hands
assault.
right here. It's not
That's
assault.
assault for,
It's not assault.
Did I break the law?
They don't want you here.
So I can,
You have no.
can I stand outside and film?
No, you cannot.
This is public property.
You can go on a public. This is not public property.
This is federal property.
This is federal property, yes, but it's independently run by the post office.
Okay.
It's a separate entity from
It's
everything
a
else.
federal government office, sir.
Yes, yes. Go stand somewhere else. They don't want you in here filming
Get a
people.
supervisor.
That's right, sonny boy. When all else fails, get that supervisor. In this case, though, it's not going to do you a bit of good, but you're still going to ask for a supervisor anyway, just to waste community resources, because that's what frauditors do best. They harass, they provoke, and they waste community resources. What could be better than that?
I would request a supervisor.
You want to talk to a supervisor?
Yeah, I'd talk to a supervisor.
What for?
Because you're making a big mistake right now.
I don't care.
You're violating the...
I don't care. Go stand somewhere else. They don't want
Okay,
you in
so
here.
you're going to violate my constitutional rights then.
I'm not violating your constitutional
Yes,
rights.
you
This
are.
is a place of business, and they don't want you in here filming people.
It's a federal government office. It's just the same thing if I go into the county building or the police station. It's
This
the
is
same
not
fucking thing.
This is not this is a place where people are trying to.
You don't even have jurisdiction here. This is federal property.
This is in the city of Wauwatosa.
Doesn't matter. It's federal property.
All right.
It's like if you were trying to enforce law.
What's your name?
I do apologize, officer, but we've already covered this before. He's a good citizen, and that's the name of his channel, Good Citizen. But far from it. Oh, he's the worst nightmare you could ever imagine. I think you should put him in handcuffs. He'd look a lot better in handcuffs. I've seen him in handcuffs before. He's quite handsome.
You call me good citizen.
What's that? No, I want your name now.
For what?
If you know all your constitutional rights, what I'm asking, I'm here because you're disturbing the peace. Now I have a right to identify you.
I haven't been disturbing the peace.
Yes, you have.
Okay, you're going to arrest me if I don't give you my name?
No, I'm going to detain you, take you to the station, and we'll find out who you are.
How?
Physically, by force.
Force me to identify. So you're going to violate my Fourth Amendment right now, too.
Yes, we're going to violate all these rights, aren't we, Mr.
That is.
Officer Gibbs?
Yes, I would request a supervisor before you do that.
You're going to identify yourself.
Okay.
And then we can be done by this.
I will request I want to request a supervisor, so please call a supervisor.
This Frauditor reminds me of an 8-year-old brat who always has to have his way, and he's going to have a temper tantrum until he gets what he wants. And right now, he wants the supervisor. Oh, man, you remember this video? Did you ever see this video where he gets arrested at the courthouse? It's hilarious.
A few minutes later.
So he has asked you to leave now.
Okay. So
You are being told to leave now.
So you're going to arrest me if I don't walk off the property?
Yes.
Okay, but I'm waiting for a supervisor. So can I wait here or should I wait right over there?
Let's wait on the other side by the pick and safe side.
Okay.
And my supervisor will go talk to you so we don't have to have any more interactions.
Okay, good.
All right?
Yeah, because you're crazy.
I'm crazy.
Yes, very.
You're the one at a post office filming.
Yeah, for news.
You're going to make fun of my mental health status and you'd be so derogatory.
If you're that offended, get off the force, buddy. Get off the force.
I'm offended by you taking my mental
That's good
health
for you.
status there.
That's good for you.
I've never seen this guy get knocked out, but I would love to see it. Yeah, with that smart mouth and that cocky attitude, it's only a matter of time, sweetheart. You keep the way you're going, and we'll see you all sprawled out on the sidewalk somewhere. Wouldn't that be lovely? I know it would be.
Yep. It's a public sidewalk, correct? This is not part of the federal. Okay.
So that computer that you may be filming right there contains information that's protected for our eyes only, not for yours.
Well, that's not. You should close it then.
That's her squad.
Then she needs to close it.
That's her little house for
then
the
she
day.
needs to close it.
Yeah. She doesn't have to do that.
Pardon me, officer, but if you allow me to explain, you can't trespass this man's eyes. He's allowed to film anything he can see, anywhere, at any time, for anyone. His potato cam captures everything his eyes can see. Now, what sense does that make? I can't really tell you, but I'm just repeating what they always say. So, if you feel like arresting him, please carry on.
You were just given instructions to not film things that you are not meant to see, that we could get in trouble for you see.
Then you need to close it. It's not. If I can see it in public,
she's in her squad car.
If I can see it in public, I can film it. Yep. Yes.
This is just you being annoying to people inside here. That's why they call us.
I'm editing. I'm doing a video to disseminate to public for public interest. Like, this is not being annoying. This is exercising my rights. If that's annoying to you, that's your feelings, not mine.
No.
Their feelings. Their feelings do not trump my constitutional rights. Okay. Yes. Just like if I was holding a gun or carrying a gun out here.
What about all these other people? What about their rights?
What rights? They're in public.
I like the way the Frauditor said he's disseminating information. Really? So you're telling your viewers how the post office looks just in case they can't get there? I'm confused. I thought you were doing this for clicks and views, which translates into measly dollars for your bank account. Oh, Frauditor, what are we going to do with you? Too bad you didn't get arrested today, but you were darn close. Let's go ahead and finish this video up.
I can see them. I can film them. It's the same thing.
Don't they have some type of right?
No, there's no expectation of privacy in public. Nope. If you want some case law, I can educate you. I've got the case law right here.
I want your name.
I'll talk to the supervisor about that.
Okay. You live in Wauwatosa?
I don't answer questions.
You don't answer questions? Mm-mm. But you're allowed to ask me questions.
Yes, because you're a public servant. You're a public servant. That's why.
I'm not a public servant.
Oh, so you're a private.
I'm an employee for the city of Wauwatosa.
That's public.
That's not public. I'm not a public employee.
Okay, all right. So you're just private security then?
I'm not private security.
Then what the hell are you?
I'm an employee for the city.
So are you a police officer?
I'm an employee for the city of Wauwatosa.
Are you a police officer?
This Frauditor is clueless. He doesn't have an idea what he's talking about. No idea at all. But he's going to stand there and go round and round with this poor officer. I pity these officers that have to put up with these Frauditors on a daily basis. The job is difficult enough without babysitting these morons. But let's carry on. The story's almost finished.
Officer.
Yes, I am.
Okay. Then you're a public employee. Then you're a public employee. And you are bound by the confinements of the Constitution of the United States of America. Do you not understand this?
Ordinances of the city of Wauwatosa, laws of the state of Wisconsin.
Yes. And the Constitution of the United States of America. Yeah.
Your rights are not being violated.
They are. You're trying to violate my fourth. How's it going, sir? Doing good today? Man, I was just trying to take a video for news purposes inside of the post office. I was ejected by, what's your name? Again, Brewer? Bronner? I don't look like an E.
Come on, Frauditor. If you don't know the officer's name, how do you expect to file a complaint against him? Oh, because he violated your constitutional rights, didn't he, sweetheart? Oh, now you're going to have to go back to your motel room and get a safe space with milk and cookies. Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out, since you're not making any money on YouTube, how can you afford to go out and fraud it all day? Your wife must really make some good money, or else you are on disability. Don't spend your disability check now traveling around frauditing all day. You should be saving that money.
I was ejected by him, and then now he's requesting ID because I haven't. He says I was causing a disturbance, which exercising constitutional rights cannot be construed as an illegal activity. You cannot cause a disturbance just because I'm taking video in public. Okay. And then he says that I'm violating other people's rights because they're in public. Right. You know, now I'm on the sidewalk. I wasn't there. I'd like to finish my video if I could.
Where are you finishing your video at?
I would like to finish it inside.
You can't go inside. They don't want you in.
So you're not going to let me in either?
They do not want you in.
Okay, just because they don't want me doesn't mean that they can legally trespass me from the post office. It's federal property.
It's private property, and if
okay.
they do not want you
would you do me a favor and look up DHS memo?
Oh, Sonny boy, you mean the DH memo that I showed earlier in the video? This DHS memo? Oh, the one that says commercial photography and videotaping must have the permission of the agency official in charge? Is that the DHS memo that you want to see, Sonny boy? I always told my students, yeah, it's good to argue, but make sure that you know you are correct before you begin the argument. And you've not learned that lesson.
The DHS memo about federal properties? No? You don't want to look that up? Okay. All right. That's fine.
So you have to leave. You can sit here if you want to.
Okay.
Cool. Go back inside.
All right. Sounds good, sir. Thank you. What's your name? Strands? All right. Cool. Thank you. Y'all have a good day. See ya. Have a good day. Bronner. Don't violate any more people's rights today.
Well, there you have it, folks. Stupid is as stupid does. And this guy's one of the stupidest frauditors out there. That's no fooling. Yeah, trespass from the post office. How lovely indeed. Now where will you buy your stamps? Well, he doesn't live there, so it's okay. He'll go to another post office and harass those good people. I hope that he gets trespassed from that one as well. Nevertheless, if you enjoy watching idiots, imbeciles, and morons on my channel, please subscribe. As always, thanks so much for stopping by. Cheers to that.